Inside a Mandalorian training camp, Bo-Katan leads a rescue party, and Grogu's history is revealed. Hello, entertainment enthusiasts. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm, and today I'm reviewing Season 3, Episode 4 of The Mandalorian. As always, spoilers abound, so just be aware. This is another really good episode of The Mandalorian. I am really enjoying what they're doing with this show, and especially leading us possibly into other places. But with that, of course, last week, Bo-Katan actually aided Din Djarin in regaining his honor, and while doing so, she actually sees a mythosaur, and she has returned with him to the Mandalorian training camp. So with that, let's take a look at the Foundling. Okay, so we're at a Mando training camp here. We've never seen one of those before. I really like the flamethrowers. I like them showing all this combat. So we have Baby Yoda. And at first you think he's moving those with the Force. And then he picks one up, and it's a crab rock. Okay, so Mando wants him to start learning some of the Mando heritage.
Next challenger.
You know, I think it's great that he's wanting Grogu to learn the Mandalorian way. I'm just not so sure he's big enough to do that seriously enough. But, you know, we're going to get to see some good stuff here. I mean, I think everybody would know that. And so I just like this idea that they are showing us this Mandalorian training. We don't ever get to see the troops training in any Star Wars. All right, so Bo-Katan's going to come over and get involved in all of this as well. Okay, I like the attitude there from Din Djarin about Baby Yoda. I mean, you know, I guess he could have chosen flamethrower.
One does not speak unless one knows. Is that not the creed?
I love this little attitude that they're getting right here. The little kid just being a smart aleck, and Din Djarin thinking, yeah, you're going to get it. I really like Bo-Katan coming in here and taking part in what's going on. You know, he may have should been taught that to start with. I think Bo-Katan is standing there sort of thinking about the same thing I do.
Ready. Begin.
Oh, hit right in the center of the chest. Not good.
Grogu, I've seen what you can do. It's okay. Show them.
All right. Good pep talk from Mando, and he's got to do something here in this go-around. Okay, we're going to see some of those Force skills here. Okay, bam, bam, bam. I'm glad we knew to start with that you could shoot 3 at a time.
3 points. Winner. There you go. Did you teach him that? Not me.
Okay, very proud papa moment there. Bo-Katan getting a little laugh in there as well. Okay, and now we have Vizsla, who's not very happy about that. So, I really enjoyed that entire little section, basically because of the training. You had Grogu testing himself. We still don't know absolutely for sure how long he was with Luke Skywalker. They're saying that it was about 2 years, but we're going to get to see him in action more, I think, this season. Okay, now we got some trouble here with this flying beast.
Follow it to its lair.
It looks like some type of flying dinosaur. Okay, I love the cinematography of that shot with them all flying into the camera.
I'm out of fuel. It always gets away.
So they've had trouble with this particular beast before. Okay, that's a beautiful shot there too, going into the sunset.
I know how to get there. We should muster up a hunting party and go after him.
So Bo, again, coming back to this group of Mandos and being a leader.
The mountains are too high. If we can get past this beast we'll hear.
It would kill the child.
Okay, I like their planning here. Bo is in a leadership position. Mando is sort of in support, and they're coming up with a plan to go out. Now, I'm going to be honest. You know, when you first saw that kid get taken, you've got to wonder, how does he stay alive long enough for them to find him? But I really liked those couple shots in there, the one of the beast flying into the camera and then Bo-Katan flying into the sun away from the camera. I really enjoyed those. Grogu's got to be there like, hey, I've done a lot of other stuff with him.
Come, Grogu. If you wish to become a Mandalorian,
Yeah, Grogu's got to be saying, hey, you know what I did on Tatooine?
there is much work to attend to.
Okay, so we're going to get some armor here. She's going to build him something. Okay, and you know, I like the fact that they'll take in Grogu to their cause.
This is the forge. It is the heart of Mandalorian culture.
The growth here.
All begin as raw ore.
I like sort of the symbolism here of the ore and forming it into something more.
We refine ourselves through trials and adversity.
Okay, just making yourself better and practicing and trying to make yourself better. Okay, that forge is causing a little bit of an issue there. Of course, I think Grogu's got a little bit of PTSD going on here. So we're going to get some flashbacks, it looks like here. And they're going to be some good stuff. All right, so back to Order 66 on Coruscant at the Jedi Temple. Okay, we've had someone identified as Kelleran.
Everything's gonna be alright, kid.
Okay, I think his name is supposed to be Kelleran Bach. And awesome Jedi skills there, blocking those laser bolts. And two swords, two-handed. I absolutely love that. Of course, you probably know him as Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks in the sequel trilogy, or the prequel trilogy, sorry. Okay, love seeing him back in this. I love this escape.
Keller and Beck? They're right behind me. What about the others? There are no others.
I love the visuals of those ships coming through Coruscant and them firing at Beck.
Fueled and ready to go. Come on.
Now, the only thing I do question is, would they allow the ship to shoot like that, going through the city? All right, so they're going to make their escape, apparently headed towards Naboo.
It is a tradition to donate a small portion of what they earn to the Foundling.
Okay, that was a Naboo ship, so we're assuming he was on Naboo for a while.
Mandalorian steel shall keep you safe as you grow stronger.
Okay, so she did make him something Mandalorian. It's a breastplate for his armor.
You will grow into this rondelle as you grow into your station.
Okay, a rondelle. I like how they name some of these items that they use. So, I really like this section as well. And I really like the fact there when she gave that rondelle to Grogu, there was a little bit of a look of him being proud having gotten it. And, they're decent at him showing emotions, of Grogu showing emotions. Sometimes they do a better job than not. I think the big thing there is, though, identifying who actually got Grogu out of the Jedi Temple. Okay, this question people have been asking since the Mandalorian started. And I am so glad they are actually answering it. Vizsla, he's very Mandalorian. He doesn't like Bo-Katan. He doesn't like Mando, but he's respecting their culture.
If we tuck him under this outcropping easily, out of line of sight and climb it for his life.
We'll make camp.
He's respecting the Mando culture in doing what he's doing, respecting her leadership position. You've got to sort of wonder how long that's actually going to last. Okay, so they're climbing up basically the side of this cliff, and it's pretty steep.
Wait until we clear the area.
He's my son.
And so they get up to the top of the nest, and now we find out that the kid is Vizsla's son, and he's going to look for him. Okay, he starts looking through the nest and finds 3 baby beasts. Okay, so he's going to fight them off and stay alive. Okay, and Mama Beast is going to show back up. And again, I thought the effects on this were extremely good. I really liked the baby beasts there. I liked how Bo was trying to take leadership there. Of course, no one knew. At least Bo did not know that Vizsla was the kid's dad, the father. Father's going to act like Vizsla did and be a little irresponsible, trying to get his kid back. Okay, regurgitating the kid is pretty gross. And to be quite honest, this is the one big down I had for this episode, believing the kid. The big down was believing the kid survived in the stomach of that bird. Or the stomach of that beast for overnight. You would have thought he would have died. So the Mandos and the bird and the beast having a battle here in air. I really like too the way their jetpacks, they'll fall and then they'll just sort of use their jetpacks to not hit the ground. So Mando to the rescue here. He gets the kid. Great way to catch the kid. I love also, anytime they play that Mando music, it's awesome. Okay, so in the end, the bird is going to get eaten. The beast is going to get eaten.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, Dad.
Nice little moment there with Vizsla and his son. I like the fact that they they did it that way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Okay, showing that enemies can help each other and it'll be okay. I like that being shown in the show. And so I like the whole battle there with the beast, the aerials, and how they shoot all that. Boy, I'll never really understand it, but it all looked fabulous. It was one of the better fights that I've seen in The Mandalorian.
You're in need of a repair. Come with me.
Okay, so the armorer is going to be helpful for Bo-Katan now, since she lost.
It will be acceptable to wear one pauldron for the night owl and another with the mythosaur.
Since she lost her one pauldron. And I like this question.
The mythosaur belongs to all Mandalorians. It is always acceptable to wear.
Okay, you've got to know Bo-Katan is planning right here. She's not just going into this cult of people. Okay, so we see the mythosaur that's going to be put on her shoulder. And basically, that brings the episode to a close. The clips I didn't show were basically right there at the end. Actually, Bo-Katan does tell the armorer that she saw a mythosaur. The armorer originally thought she was, I guess, dreaming, but Bo-Katan said no, she really saw the mythosaur when she jumped into the living waters. And we don't know what the armorer actually thought afterwards, because all she said is, this is the way. And so that was the end of this episode of The Mandalorian. It was a little on the short side, and with that, I am going to go through and give my thoughts and reactions. Before I do that, though, I do just want to thank everybody for being patient in getting this and some of these other reactions. I'm hoping this one's going to go up, but I've totally redone this. Hopefully the copyright will pass and we'll have it up. I'm trying to make these better off for everybody and use video, and I just started a new program, and hopefully we can get it up. If not, well, you'll not be hearing this. So let me throw out some thoughts and reactions, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to talk about some of the ups and some of the downs of this episode. Okay, so first thing, really big up, and that is showing the Mandalorian training. I love when they show any type of training when our armies or our groups are getting ready to battle, or they're just hanging out. What's their daily lives like? And I really like that they showed that. Another up for basically Grogu's 3 hits in one. I just wish we'd have known you could shoot the darts more than one at a time. That probably would have been a little more fair. I think it's something we probably should have been clued in onto in the directions that were given. But of course, up that baby Grogu won as well, and used some of his techniques that he learned with Luke, and probably something with Mando as well. Next up, and this is a very big up, that is finding out who actually rescued Baby Yoda from the temple. And the fact that Dave Filoni came up with, and the producers and writers came up with Kelleran Beck is awesome. Okay, Kelleran Beck, if you're looking at what is his history, we don't really see him in anything that I've ever read, but he was on, I believe it was called Jedi Temple. It was a Disney Channel kids game show, and he was a teacher, he was a Jedi, and so that's where they pulled him out of canon. But the fact that Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks, is playing Kelleran, I think it's just the touch that this episode needed. I love these Mando episodes. I love Mando overall because it just does the thing. It doesn't wait around. When they have a battle, we go battle. We don't do 15 things. And so here they brought Ahmed Best back. They put him in as Kelleran, and we finally got to see that he's the one that was responsible for getting Baby Yoda out. Now, the big thing there is we don't know exactly where they went. We're assuming they went to Naboo because of the Naboo ship. So what is the rest of his history on Naboo? Okay. Now, with that, another big up, and that is the entire Bo-Katan and her transformation. Now, the question is it a real transformation, or is she just pretending? You know, we heard her say that when she was doing the creed before, that basically she was pretending it was just for everybody around to know that she was a good princess. Okay, so is she just pretending to try to get these Mandalorians on her side? It seems like she's had some growth, just the way she has acted in some of the things she's done. She comes in and she's the leader for the group going to rescue Visla's son, and so I think that's something that is a very big up. And the fact that Vizsla actually listens to her and respects his Mandalorian culture enough that he's not trying to overrule the person basically the armorer has allowed to be the leader of the group. And I really liked that this is the way they handled that group going to get the child. Now, my only negative of this episode is I think the whole thing with the Vizsla's kid, not necessarily that he got stolen, taken away by this beast, the fact that he was still alive in the stomach of this beast. I really don't know that could happen. So the reality on it sort of, that takes it down a little bit. But even, you guess he could have possibly, because, you think back to Boba Fett and the Sarlacc pit, and he did survive some in the Sarlacc pit, but it had access to oxygen, it looked like. Would the kid have had oxygen where he was at? Now, we know their masks can be pressurized if there's like poisonous gas or something to protect them. Would that have helped? We don't really know. But that is my big and only down of the entire episode. Last thing, huge up for the fight scene with the beast. Everything they did aerial there, I absolutely loved it and think it is really great. I love that they are really putting time into special effects and stunts and things like that, and I really appreciate when they give us a good fight like that. Now, not really an up, but I did like the armorer and Bo-Katan at the end, basically talking about the mythosaur. We've got to see where all that goes, and it's just one of those things that, as time progresses, we'll see how that relationship between the armorer and Bo-Katan, how that grows, because I think it's going to. The armorer is sort of the history of the people. Bo-Katan is sort of the leader of the people. So they've got to sort of be together. Now, to end my thoughts and reactions here, one thing I do want to do is just warn everybody, okay? We're going to see some things here. Baby Yoda did not get that chest plate for his armor for no reason. At some point, he's going to be in a fight with somebody somewhere, and they're going to shoot him. And they're going to shoot him in the chest in that armor, okay? You might as well mark that on your wall. It's going to happen sometime. Maybe not this season, but it will happen. Second thing, they caught those baby birds, those baby beasts, and brought them back to be tamed. They're going to be riding those things just like Boba Fett was riding the Rancor in the Boba Fett series. I would almost guarantee you we're going to see them riding those beasts at some point. Maybe not this season, but at some point. Now, with that, I do want to give a quick grade. You heard all those ups. You heard only one down. So I'm going to give this an A-. I thought it was a very good episode. We learned a lot of good information. And hopefully we're going to continue the last part of the season and get even better with a lot more big reveals. Now, with that, everybody, I hope you enjoy the review. Please subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button and comment below. And I'll see you next time on the Fandom Realm.